Yes.
Hey, happy Friday. How's it going? Welcome to Pop Up Stage right here on AF4 Radio. We're a little bit delayed today, but better late than never. So, how's your Friday coming along? We hope that everything's good. I know most of you are back to work, but do stay safe and thank you for tuning in to us right here on AF4 Radio.
Yo, what's up? My name is Darren from the band An Honest Mistake, and I am one of two hosts right here on the show. And of course, we've got the legendary Mag right here. It's Friday, and that means, we've got more music coming your way. And, as usual, we have guests on the show. We don't just feature local artists, but also regional artists every now and then. But mainly, the show is for local artists. And, the whole reason why we have this platform, and it's a little bit over a year now, only because, we believe in the Malaysian music scene, and there are just so many artists to feature, And this platform is really for any artist at all. It's not just the urban artists, we're not confined to languages as well. So if you are an artist and you want to get your music on, and you just release a track or something, send your music our way. popupstagemy@gmail.com is the email to send to. And that's how you can get in touch with us, and we'll put you on the show and have a chat with you. Of course, this platform is a growing platform as well. So please, if you're watching this right now, share the stream with everybody that you know. Just put it on your wall, and tag a bunch of people as well. So I think that's pretty much it from me for now. But it's Friday. I had very weird sleep. I woke up at like 5 or 6 in the morning, and now I'm just zoning out a bit. But it's all good, after lunch.
He needs an afternoon siesta.
Yeah, exactly, And early on, Mac, you mentioned that people are going back to work, and that's actually a good thing, that life is getting back to normal.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah, but one thing I don't miss is the ridiculous traffic jam. So,
tell me about it.
It would take me like 15 minutes to get to KL in the during the limited, when we were kind of restricted, right?
Yeah.
Now it'll take me forever. So it's ridiculous. I mean, even just going out to the kopitiam outside my house would take me like 20 minutes, when in the past it's just 5 minutes drive out straight to the kopitiam. But it's all good, it's Friday, and we want to talk about music, and we've got a bunch of new releases for you guys, and really, really cool tracks. And I think let's preview some of them right now for our bulletin board, right?
That's right.
Let's go. All right, this is a band from Penang, and I was just talking to Kelvin Young last night. We had a long chat about music in Penang and stuff like that, and he was telling me that this band is pretty much a band to look out for. So let's check it out. This band is called Math Class. They've got another track out prior. Sounds really, really cool. So you guys check it out. It's a mixture of a few things.
Hello, welcome.
Yeah, cool.
For a
So
moment there, I
that
thought Darren was
is
enjoying it so much. He's going to play the whole song.
yeah. So Math Class, they're a band from Penang, and they actually came to KL to film or something, if I'm not wrong. Very very cool band. They sing in Chinese. I think the other track is in English, if I'm not wrong.
The track
Um,
makes you feel happy. It's like, I don't know what they're saying, but everything about it just makes you feel
yeah,
happy.
it's got this anime vibe to it as well, which
Definitely,
is
yeah.
very cool. Yeah, so cool. Let's check this next one out. It's by Lil Asian Tiki, and we've been following her, and her music's really really cool. And
She's so pretty. She's so
yeah,
pretty.
and I really like her energy and everything. And
Mm.
this track is very very hyper pop. I think a couple of tracks that she's released, she did mention that she's going in the whole hyper pop direction. But they were tiny little introductions, and now with this one, it's very very hyper pop, super cool. Let's check it out. It's called What If We Just Kissed.
Move like not a single bone could break. Glad my attention felt like the earthquake. Cross-eyed, running circles in my brain. So out of breath, running circles in my idea, nice idea. Coincidence. Could be the one that feel. Acting like a monster in the bed. Now we're sharing sheets and bed. Now we're more than just girlfriends. Now you're moving to my grave. Now the fairy tale began. What did we just? 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 What did we just kiss? What did we just? What did we?
Yeah, very very cool track. Definitely something that all parties should play. Yeah,
It has a very computer game vibe to it as well.
yeah, it is.
Yeah. But I like everything about her. She's just she's like the life of the party kind of thing, She's like, there's so much energy, so vivacious. It's really interesting. Who else do we
Yeah.
have today on bulletin board?
All right, we're gonna play you one more. This is by Irina Namara. She's been consistently putting out music, and this track is
Yep.
called "I Don't Want You to Die." A little bit morbid, but
I think it's a track about someone trying to commit suicide, right?
I think so.
I saw
Maybe.
it on
Let's
her
check it out.
Insta story.
Right. Okay, let's check it out.
Don't be so glum, honey. Sad as you can ever be. Who am I to care for you when I'm just as lost too? I can't change your point of view or change your mind. You're willing to go anytime up the stairway to paradise. Said you'd lived your life to the fullest, like you had it all. You're not afraid to die. I will be there even if you don't care. It would be such a sad sight. I could tell you that you are right, but I won't. I don't want you to die. Dream wide, live fast, young and free. Bold of you to breed death at 23. Who am I to rescue you? I'm not a savior, but a fool to tell you what you shouldn't do or ask you why. You're willing to go and
Yeah. It's very different from her usual stuff,
Correct.
for sure, but very, very cool.
The thing about Irina is she writes from her heart, and
Yeah.
her songs always have a story behind it. So it's actually nice to tap into her stories and find out, the inspiration behind the song. So I think if you follow her Instagram, you should be able to pick from there, what actually drove her to write certain songs as well. But I love how much she's grown and how much she's just churning out one after another. It's brilliant.
Yeah, very cool. I think, like consistency is key, and
Absolutely.
to be able to write music and, constantly put it out, that's amazing. So, yeah.
All right. So there you go. That's bulletin board for this afternoon on Pop-Up Stage. If you just joined us, welcome to the show. We have guests lined up for you. And right after our guests, we'll preview more tracks on Pop-Up Picks. But it's time for us to bring on our guests this afternoon. Darren, who do we have?
We have three very special individuals. They've worked together, before, and they have been consistently putting out music individually as well. I think the key word right here is consistency, and they've achieved quite a bit. And right now, they're coming together again to produce, or to talk about their brand new track that just dropped today. So
yeah.
let's bring them on right now. This is ZEAUK, CLARY, and Khai Zhen. Woo!
What's up, guys?
Hi, everyone.
Thanks for having us. Thank you for having
Welcome
us.
to the show, guys. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing perfect.
Great.
How about you guys?
Wow, he's doing perfect. That's something you don't normally hear people say. They're like, okay, we're doing great. We're doing fine.
Yeah, we're just
So-
glad to have you be in the show. Yeah.
Of course. We are also very happy that you guys are actually going to tell us about your track on the day it's released. So first and foremost, congratulations on your release.
Thank
That
you.
First.
Thank
you. Secondly, before we jump into the whole track and the collaboration, tell us a little bit more about yourself individually, because we know you collaborated and this is a song you worked on together. But individually, tell our viewers what they should know about ZEAUK, Khai Zhen, and CLARY. Go ahead.
Right. Hey guys, my name is Zeus, or also known as ZEAUK, and I'm an independent recording artist, Filipino artist based in Malaysia. Yep. Khai Zhen.
Hi, I'm Clary. I am an independent artist as well. I like to do music on the side. At the same time, I'm a full-time master's student. Yep.
Nice.
Hey guys, I'm Khai Zhen. I'm an independent artist, a music producer, based in here, Malaysia, KL.
Okay. So, hold on. Clary, you say you do full-time studying and part-time music, but individually, all three of you have released music on your own, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you had to choose to do music full-time someday, Clary, would you do it?
Ooh, if I get the chance to, I would. Like, doing music is really fun. The creative expression of the process is very beautiful. I love it. I would do full-time.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's great. So that's something to look forward to. ZEAUK, how long have you been in Malaysia for?
I've been in Malaysia since 2009, and actually, even though I'm Filipino, by paper, I'm Malaysian at heart.
Aw,
Yeah.
I'm so tempted to run by some questions about being Malaysian, about food mostly, and see whether you succeed
Oh,
in
yes.
it, dude. His stomach just
Definitely.
turned
I'm down for
into a
that.
Malaysian true and true.
Yep.
Guys, and what about you in terms of music? How much have you released so far? What do you enjoy the most?
I've been releasing quite a lot so far, especially this year. I'm trying to keep it consistent, and also because I'm doing this full time, so I do have the time for that to like help out other artists as well in doing production and also engineering stuff. And I really do enjoy the process, and also like collaborating with different kind of people, get to understand their genre of music, and also get to have a piece in myself as well. And yeah, I definitely enjoy the process so far, working with so many people and also learning from them, and also seeing this whole community grow and all the independent artists are just coming out and then releasing good music. So yeah, it's a really good scene to watch. That's what I felt. Yes.
Fantastic. So Zook, do you do music full time as well?
Not really, because apart from music, I'm still studying, and I'm currently pursuing a degree in corporate communication. So hopefully, after I graduate, I'll be focusing on music full time. See how it goes.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so if you're just joining us, this is Pop-Up Stage. This afternoon we have ZEAUK, CLARY, and KHAI ZHEN, and they're going to tell us about this song that they have just released today, and it's a brilliant number. But in the meantime, if you do have any questions or you just love to send them, your love, your likes, your shares, please do so. For the comments, just drop them in the comment section below. We truly appreciate it. So tell us, how did this whole collaboration come about? This is your second time working on a track together.
Yep.
The first one was actually called Mad at You, and it did very well, right? So were you guys friends before this, or how did this whole friendship come about, more like it?
It actually
So in the
Okay, Claire, go ahead.
beginning, we're not familiar with each other yet. We just know each other through Facebook, through Instagram. We only know each other online. So how it started was one day I hit Zook up for collab, and then he said yes, and he looked for KHAI ZHEN to produce the song, and the rest is history. That's how we built our friendship. We started there.
And how long ago was that?
That was exactly 1 year ago.
Exactly 1 year ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
this is
so
like kind
in
of an
1 year,
anniversary.
Yeah, anniversary release.
so it's like in 1 year you guys released 2 tracks together. That must be a really good relationship that you have with each other, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We've been collaborating on their own individual projects as well, so it's not just these two. So for the
Okay.
past year, we've been working really closely and also releasing quite a few of individual tracks as well.
Okay.
Yep.
So what would you say are your individual styles?
Zook, want to go first?
Okay. Initially, when I started making music, my major influences were more into the trap soul, like dark R&B, those kind of stuff, like groovy R&B. But then over the years, especially now, I'm highly inspired by Korean R&B, like pop R&B, in that
Okay.
sense. So yeah, I'm still trying to diverge into that phase now.
Okay. Larry?
Yeah.
For me, I would say my style is more experimental, breezes through between hip hop R&B. Definitely the pop element is there.
Nice.
Yeah.
For me,
KHAI
I
ZHEN?
started off as a beat maker, so I do listen to a lot of hip hop when I first started, and eventually I just ventured into a lot of pop because I found out pop and hip hop and R&B right now, these 3 genres are like kind of stick together. Yeah, so it's like the trend right now, and I do really enjoy and listening to that. So I would say right now my genre is bouncing between hip hop and pop. Yeah.
Okay, so right now the common denominator would have to be pop in between all 3 of you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
there's like R&B pop, and then there's hip hop pop, and then you've got experimental but still leaning on pop. So that's
Yeah.
the way you go. What are some of your, or rather, who are some of your influences?
Ooh.
Zook can go first.
Definitely
Smart. You go first so I can think.
Anytime.
Locally, I really do look up to Alex TVH. I've been
Okay.
listening. I've been a big fan of his music since 2018, and yeah, in a way, he kind of influences my music. So at the same time, I'm highly influenced by Korean music, more in the Korean R&B side, which is, if artist-wise, I would say it's the AOMG, like a music group. They're more into the R&B, hip-hop side of Korean music. Yeah.
Cool. It's cool that you're taking, going in this direction, because a lot of the R&B and hip hop artists here locally, they've just got a very different sound, and like the Korean
Yeah.
sound is just very different. Like for the past 2 years, I've kind of said that the Korean sound is something that we should probably get on, because it's just different. It sounds happy, and that's what I like about it. It doesn't sound very dark sounding. It's always very major and very like positive sounding. So that's always a cool thing. Yeah.
Mhm.
Sure.
For me, internationally, I like a Korean singer, BB, and there's
Okay.
this Chinese singer called Lexi Liu. They're like strong feminine. They have this strong feminine energy and element in their song, very strong. But locally, I like Yang Kai. I don't know if you guys know. He does pop hip hop as well,
Mhm.
and he sings in Chinese and English. So yeah.
All right.
And for me,
Kaizen.
internationally, I was really influenced by Manila Grey and also Chase Atlantic. If you heard, they're more on the dark pop, and sometimes they do a little bit of rock as well because they are like bands. So yeah, that's kind of like their sound. Their sounds are always so fresh and also really catch my attention. And if it's for locally, I really look up to my mentors, MFMF. Yeah, they did really good job in the pop scene, and I do really love their sound, and that's how I learned like for like my self development stuff, and also they have been mentoring me on how to make good pop music. So yeah, I would say definitely it's my huge influence.
Nice. Okay, so Kaizen, you've actually said, you've actually mentioned a local group as your inspiration. Now, if I were to move to Clary and Zouk, who would you say influences you the most in terms of local stuff?
Now Zook just mentioned LXTBH. He's local too.
Okay,
Yeah.
Clary.
So it's just Clary then.
Oh my god, it's just I would say Yang Kai again, but female wise I'll say Lil Asian Vicky. Because
Lil
she's
Asian
next level, and I don't expect to be like her exactly, but she's someone I look up to because she's great. She's next level. I really look forward to maybe, I don't know, one day.
Ken, you
Yeah.
can
I like
meet her
her.
at like shows and stuff like that.
I
She's
so
always
like-
around.
Oh
You
my god.
never know. In 10 years' time, maybe you would collaborate with her. Who knows, right?
Yeah.
Put it out into the universe. It's possible. All right. So
Manifest.
what do you bring to the group, individually? How does it contribute to making music together?
If individually, I would say, and working as a group, basically what I contribute the most in terms of us working together in music is more on the visual side. Like just say the artwork and all that, and also like the concepts. And yep.
For me,
Clary?
it's more on the vocal side, and I really enjoy writing lyrics as well. So I mean, we do all work on the lyrics together, but yeah, I guess that's where I take lead on.
Okay.
And for me, it's on the music side, definitely, because music is what I do most of my time. So I'll take care of the production, the engineering stuff, and also like just to finalize out the songs, like QC the lyrics and also the melodies and stuff. So yeah,
Nice.
I'll take care of the music stuff.
I like the fact that each and every one of you have your own roles in this whole partnership, and you
Yeah.
bring your own flavor to it as well. So that's brilliant. Okay, so let's talk about this song that dropped today. Tell us more about it and what inspired it.
I'll start off first. Basically, it's a song about us going up on our way up to become more known or more recognized in the local scene. Since we're still considered as emerging artists in the local scene, and at the same time we're independent, so we try to strive to become better. Especially from last year, comparing from last year to now, yeah, we've grown so much in that sense.
All right.
In terms
Clary?
of way up, we want to show us our growth as well. Because since Met at You, we did kick off quite well, but we want to show us after 1 year how much we've grown in terms of like as artists or as individual as well. Like We want to show them how much we've grown, how many things we accomplished. It's like a low-key flex song to the youngsters.
To the youngsters.
Oh my
You guys
God.
just made yourself sound like as if you guys have been around for forever.
And like what Clary said, we just kind of like want to show like our glow up, you know, because like for the past year, how much have we learned, how much have we grown, and also we want to promote this thing. It's called community over competition. So basically, we believe a lot more in community growth. So if the community grows, your individually you will grow as well. So we are kind of like showing to the local artists, independent or not, to tell them like, okay, three of us we have been like working, and then that's how fast and how much we can grow by just working together, collaborating, and also helping out in the community. Yeah.
So where did you guys come up with that community over what competition?
Competition. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually I feel like for us three, we get to complement each other so well. So rather than just focusing on ourselves solely, what if we share our knowledge? It's more of like sharing each other's knowledge in order for us to lift each other up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like we
better.
basically stay.
yeah, go ahead. Clary.
Like we have our own role in the group as well. So
Yeah.
when we work together as a community, in a sense, we kind of like complement each other and bring like serve to the table what best we can do, and like that we make a better project.
Nice. I actually like this whole idea and how you came up with this thing of being there for each other to help inspire each other succeed than to just continuously compete, because if you collaborate and you work together, there's a lot more that you can achieve opposing to just competing. I mean, both, I think it works both ways. So
Yep.
well done on this
Definitely.
concept. So this is something you guys came out with from the start.
Oh yes, definitely. I would say we have been having this concept since we started off as in Met at You, while we first met. Like when we were about to release the song, we just had this concept in mind. It's like because three of us we work so well together because everyone is so good in their respective roles.
Yeah.
And for example, Zu's so good in social media, Claire's so good in her vocals and stuff. So we just complement each other. It's like filling up the puzzle. And so yeah, so it's really good to see a successful collaboration, and we can
Nice.
definitely see the potential of it if like Malaysian artists do collaborate more instead of competing too much and stuff. But competition is good as well, but helping each other out is what makes the community grow. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Having
Have
that
you
healthy
seen-
competition.
Yeah, true. Definitely healthy competition. But how do you know if you've grown? Like how do you know, like this whole thing that you've started, this kind of like a mantra that you guys go with, community over competition. How has it benefited you guys? Has anybody come up to you and go like, hey, your track that you guys did together, wow, that inspired me. I also want to start my own thing and do this thing. Has anybody, like, how do you measure that?
I'll say definitely. We have people reaching out to us and saying like, "Oh, your music is I think getting better." Like for example, we have a new release and there's like, "Oh, this one might be the best one yet." That's what
Be-
like something like inspires you and just like, okay, I want to keep doing this better. And also we
Right.
do see improvements in our workflow. So it's like we can work easier now. We can write songs, and if you compare like what we have last year and what we have this year, you can feel okay. This song sounds different now. It sounds more
Yeah.
professional, or I could say it sounds more.
Right.
It sounds better in general. So
Yeah.
that's what your work is. Your proof of improvement, your proof of growth, I would say.
True. Yeah. Internally, I definitely agree. Like internally among the three of you, you'd be like, yeah, we've definitely grown from, the past work and now. But I think my question was, like how do you know, like for real, that people are actually being impacted? Because that's a measure that is very, very, very hard to tell. Yeah. So like it's something that's so intangible in that sense. So much so that sometimes it could even be imaginary, that as artists we're all caught up in our heads thinking that, oh, okay, I'm doing something good, I'm doing this, and people are telling me that it's great, but these people could be your own circle of friends rather than random strangers, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's actually where my question was leading to. So do you feel that like it's really moving at a larger scale in the span of 1 year that you guys have been like consistently putting out music together?
Comparing from last year to this year, I've actually noticed that there are more people who try to reach out to us and giving us feedback. It's not just friends, but basically people who are solely fans or like listeners that love listening to our songs, and we really appreciate those feedbacks and comments that we get, because that's how we tend to repolish and improve our crafts in the future.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I mean, like, I just want to ask like the harder questions, so that we can kind of like just deconstruct and dissect where we all are as well, whether we're a new artist or an old or more experienced artist. Because for example, like myself, I'll just be like really, really honest. I've been in the scene for so long. I've done a lot of things, I've achieved a lot of things, but do all these things matter to people or not? Do they go like, oh, an honest mistake, they've played like a giant festival, with 30,000 people, all expenses paid in Taiwan, like, I want to do that too. Are they going to say that? Are we really like inspiring other people, or are we just like, okay, we're just doing all these things, we're doing it for fun, it's all good, Yeah, so sometimes, we just need to kind of like deconstruct everything and just try to see where we are. Yeah, because that's what I did, in the past 2 years, to really think about where I'm at in my career as an artist. Yeah, so it's just one of those things. But yeah, okay, sorry, Mac, just continue asking the fun questions, because I want to ask the hard questions, because there's 3 of them today and I'm feeling like I want to ask harder questions.
Go ahead, you can ask
worries,
him
no
whatever
worries.
you want to
Yeah,
ask.
no worries.
Yep.
Now, Clary, you said just now, right, that this would be a continuation of Mad at You last year, to show that you guys have grown, correct? That you guys have gotten stronger, and this is like an improvement of what you've released last year. So does that mean that this would be like a continuation one after another, so we can expect more stuff from you guys in the future as well?
That is what we want to keep the audience looking forward to. I mean, to all 3 of us, we are independent artists. We constantly have our own stuff coming out. But as a team, we work pretty well together as well. So it's not a guarantee group project annually thing, but it's not like we even ourselves are looking forward to our next project as well. So it's not.
When you say group project, it just reminded me of like group project in school. I'm like, no, I hated group projects, man. Like
this year we will do folio sejarah.
yeah, I mean, like,
Oh my God.
when it comes to like group stuff, I mean, I've been in a band and I play basketball. I've always been like a team player. But when it comes to like doing homework, I feel that sometimes, having maybe 1 or 2 people involved in your group is fine. But when you have like 5 or 6 people, man, it's tough.
Oh, yeah.
And I actually ended up writing a song about that situation. Because this
God.
girl, so this girl, when I was in uni, we were all like doing our degree, like our program, like teaching English, right? So we had to just segregate everybody's parts. And this girl kept saying that, oh, I got fever, oh, I'm sick, oh, I'm this, oh, I'm that. But in actual fact, she was constantly out with her boyfriend. At that time, it seemed like it was forbidden, because he was a senior and he had like some like managerial role on campus. It's one of those like student body kind of thing. So it was a bit taboo and all that, and I got so pissed off, and I ended up writing a song, and that song is actually my favorite song to perform live, because it's evolved from the first version, and then like the second version is just like complete screaming, and it's brutal. So, but yeah, I mean, like, a lot of people like that song, so yeah. But yes, group project. But cool. I mean, I think it's great that you guys have such a good like working relationship. and I believe that you guys are also, you have fostered that friendship, and being friends first, and also colleagues, are two very very important things to marry, because like you can be colleagues but not friends, and you can be
Yeah.
friends but not colleagues, that kind of thing.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
it's cool.
All right. So, with this song, how far do you see it going? Do you have like a benchmark where you're going to compare this one and the first one you released?
We're definitely expecting it to be way much better than our previous release last year. At the same time, we've really pushed. We really pushed our marketing and promotion, even like the visuals, the preparedness of like having an actual MV that will be coming out this Sunday. So yeah, comparing it from last year, we definitely did so many things or efforts. We put so many efforts with this release this time. Yeah.
What was the process of working on this song like? I mean, for most of this year, we have been at home. So, what was it like?
I'll say it's definitely difficult because everyone's at home and we are not allowed to meet up, because I do value studio time, like having artists and collaborators in the same room, and then we just write together, record together. It just makes work
Easier.
like the progressions, yeah, makes it easier. The progressions go faster and stuff. But right now everyone's at home and not everyone has recording equipment, which hence this release is supposed to be on July actually, but we have to postpone it to this month because nobody gets to like record when they are at home. So we have to wait till the travel ban is lifted, and I only could have Claire and Zouk over to the studio with strict SOPs, of course, and also to record the song, and we managed to get it out on time to have it released today. So yeah, it's definitely not easy. We have a lot of Discord calls and stuff, but I'm just glad that the song's finally out. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So, any regrets releasing it later on instead of July?
Actually, I wouldn't say regrets because we had more time to really get into the details. Let's say the songs, the visual, the MV filming details and stuff. We had time to gather up crews, looking for talents to help us out. Look forward to the MV. We show everything in the MV. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how did you guys work on the MV then, with most of you having to be at home?
We get to film right after travel bans lifted, of course. So actually, we have a really short span of time to film the MV and also to recruit our videographers and video team and stuff. So we did it very recent, which is just early this month, and also we just did it early this month. But everyone's very professional and very passionate, of course. So they work fast as well and they work professionally. So we managed to get the MV done in a very good quality for sure, and also in a short span of time. So yeah.
You guys must have worked really, really quick to be able to actually work that fast,
definitely.
isn't it? Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
So, what do you hope people would feel like when they listen to your track?
I hope they feel young. I hope they feel pumped up. The song is about having fun with your group of friends, celebrating success in your life, your personal success, your group success. So when you're with a group of friends, you listen to it, I hope you find engagement to vibe with your friend. But when you're alone, I hope you find, the kick to make you bob to the song and lift your mood up.
Nice.
Definitely.
Yep.
Anything else to add, guys?
I would say it's like a mood lifter, like what Claire said. So if you listen to the song, I hope it impacts you for a little bit, and also like makes your day better, makes your mood better, and just vibes. Yeah, no pressure.
Exactly.
Good
Vibes.
vibes. Good
Yeah.
vibes.
All right. So we have spoken about the song, and I think we should play the preview first before we come back with more questions. Darren, do you have anything else you'd like to say before we play the track?
Let's
All
go.
right. So let's
play the track.
take a look at this.
Up all night we go, lifted up through highs and lows. Tonight we get moments till we bow. I'm falling in love with the way you move, way you move. Let's keep it going, just the way you move, way you move.
Been in the game since I was 19. Straight up from Manila, I'ma show you what we could have been. And tonight we're about to pull up. There's so many things, nobody knows that. How to make a move, thank God I made it. Dude, now we get lifted, we'll be right on it. Surrounding myself with some good energy, cause we going up, we don't do this for free.
Yay! Congratulations, guys, on the release of Way Up. We are very proud of you, and
Thank you.
it's a really good track
you,
as
thank
well.
you.
Like you said, she's very uplifting, and it's very fun. It's a good track to listen to over the weekend as well. Go look
Yeah.
them up on social media. I'm sure you'd be impressed by what they've done as well. So, would you consider? Okay, you guys mentioned a lot of things about feeling young. For the young ones, do you consider yourself that old?
I do.
We're actually, I feel like we're in the borderline of like being young and being old,
Oh,
young adults. Yeah, because we're
Okay.
like 20, 22, 23. So like we're like
oh my
in
God,
that-
you're so
yeah.
young.
Yeah. So like we're young, but we're not too young, kind of.
I'll say it's the transition between being a student
Mm.
and also being like transitioning into the work life. So
Yeah.
it's not like we're old and stuff, but it's like
Mhm.
we're in this transition period between being a student and going to work as an adult.
As an adult.
I don't know. Yeah.
So,
For me, it's
how-
because.
yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, for me, it's because adulting hits me hard now. You know, at our age, like what Kai said, the transition, we're no longer young in a sense where we can be reckless and about, not think about the consequences of our actions.
Oh, you can still be reckless. You
Yeah,
can still
man.
be reckless. You know, like
Can I?
yeah.
You're still
I mean,
very
who
young.
who said no? Who said no to being reckless and doing the things that you love, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
You
You're
can
right,
all,
you're right.
you know,
actually, you're
it's
right.
it's the Asian mentality, right? Ah, yeah, you 24 already. Ah, yeah, you need to get married, lah. Oh, you need a real job, blah blah blah. I mean, yeah, that's all true to a certain extent, but that doesn't mean that we need to conform to all these things. You see, I mean, you
Yeah.
can still be reckless. You can still do whatever. You know, I mean, there are people like still just doing whatever that they like. So, but yeah, okay. Sorry,
Yeah,
I
actually-
cut you off. I just wanted to make a point that you can still be reckless. But go ahead.
Actually,
go
you're
ahead.
right. You're right. You're right. It's the Asian
You're right.
mentality.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
let it
Asian.
get to you.
Not what she
Okay.
wanted to say.
Oh
So
my
would
god. Woke
How
me
would
up.
you describe that transition, though? I mean, why do you guys say, is it difficult, that transition to being, from school to the working world, getting adjusted to adulting?
Mm.
It's kind
I'll
of
say it's-
difficult.
Really?
Yeah, Kai.
Oh, I mean, for me, I'll say it's not difficult, but it's definitely out of our comfort zones because we've been a student since like since primary or since kindergarten. We've been a student studying until like uni graduate. Okay, now it's time to work. I mean, that's the typical way of saying it. But yeah, but we do strive to be better though. Like three of us, we do strive to be different and better, of course. So we don't want to just like go to work. You know what I mean? So it's not difficult, but it's definitely out of our comfort zone. We are trying to do different stuff. We're trying to be different, and also in the meantime, also like work and have fun. So there's a lot of stuff going on, especially at this age and especially in this transition period. So yeah, we just value our time, experiences, and everything lah. Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. I mean, I think that's a very cool perspective. That's basically the Gen Z in all of you talking. And I feel like I'm not trying to throw shade on you guys. But for me, like when I transition, I think like Meg and myself. Like we're not that old, okay. But the thing is, like we had to transition, into being adults like really quick.
Very young.
Meg, you went to work like almost immediately after school, right?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, and I've always had to work, in that sense that marrying the idea of working to earn money so that you can do what you want. So for example, like when I was 16, I worked in a pizza restaurant, as like it's one of those like holiday like summer
Yeah.
job, right?
Part-time
And that
then?
Yeah. And then, like, so that was at 16. So at 17, I'm like, okay, now Form 5 is done. I really want to be a bum, So that was a period that I really didn't do anything. And I played so much games that like I had like this callus on my thumb. But that was also when I discovered music, like, and I went like full on harder into music, because that, like, at 14, was when I started. Right. So then after that was done, I after Form 6 was done, I worked in Levi's, for like 6 months or something. And then after that, I went off to uni. So, and when I went off to uni, that was the year that my parents and my brother moved out of the country. So I had to study, manage the house, like do every single thing, and be an adult real quick and fend for myself, because I had to cook, I had to, do everything, pay the bills, So my transition to adulthood was pretty, like, quick. And I didn't even have time to think that, oh man, being an adult is quite hard,
Yeah, it
Yeah,
just
so
happens naturally.
yeah, it just had to happen, and
Yeah.
and all these things, like enjoying life, going on trips, whatever, and all these things started coming into play. But yeah, I mean, like, do you guys value, like, you being a carefree person, not having responsibilities or less responsibilities, more than living as a person?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a very
The
good
life you
question.
want. at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah, that's a very good question.
I'll say for me, I prefer living. Like I don't really want that carefree lifestyle, because I feel like having a little bit of stress is what makes you better, and also like what makes life interesting. Like there's challenges in life. That's what makes you strive to be better, and so do more stuff and stuff. So it's like I'll say I'll definitely prefer to have more challenges in life and do a lot more stuff. For example, in adulthood,
I kind of agree with what Kai said, because I feel like it kind of pushes you to grow more as a person, So yeah.
I feel like the idea of carefree is a trap, man. Like you cannot be carefree. Definitely. I mean, either way, there's gonna be stress, but I would like to have the stress that I care about. Like to be stressed about the things that I love, like music. I would like to be stressed about music. That's great.
Cool. Good. Like there are two kinds of stress, right? Stress that make you want to go crazy, and then stress that will press you and push you to do better. And I think that is the kind of stress that, as artists, we all need to get, like, that kind of stress a little bit more, or get somebody to put pressure on us so that you can actually perform better. Because the hardest thing about being an artist is when you get complacent, or when you get too comfortable. You're like, it's okay, that show, no need to play lah, it's all right, I'll pass, and I've worked with a bunch of artists that are like that, So the other word for this stress is basically hunger, like how hungry are you to get to the top, or this imaginary line that you've created for yourself, because I've always created that imaginary line, year after year after year. First, when I started out, it was, I want to win a competition, and then I want to play a festival, and I want to play outside of Malaysia, and I want to do this, that, so like every year I set goals, and that's kind of how I, like, process my hunger to create and hunger to be, if like, creative and effective in this, like, arts industry. So yeah.
I think it doesn't just stop at in the arts industry or in the music industry. It actually is everywhere, So it's either you want to push yourself to be better, or you become complacent and just let it be. So you have to decide ultimately, like, it's part and parcel of growing up anyway, right? So where you want to see yourself is where you're going to work towards. And well, the stresses that come with it, unfortunately, we don't really have a choice of what stresses that come. It's like, I like to have a stress about music, but hey, you got all the other stresses in life as well. So
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So don't worry about it. Just enjoy life as you go along. You guys are really young. Things will be, well, happy and sad. It's just part and parcel of life. So just enjoy the journey. Yeah. So
True.
one last question before we go on to what's on your mind this afternoon. What do you guys like about working with each other?
Should I start
Yes.
first? Okay. I feel like the reason why we tend to always work together is because we just love how we get things done fast. Like done fast is in like within a session or two, the song is pretty done already. Then a month after, the song will be out. So like we tend to be more productive in that way because we get to finish things fast. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to add on to that is not only we work fast, but we work in we take care of the quality of the stuff that we work on also. We don't just, thought of a line and I think that sounds good. That's placement. We just place it down. No, we don't. We go through rounds and rounds of discussion with each other during sessions. So to ensure the quality of the work that we do, but also we keep it paced. We keep it like as fast as we can. We don't drag our progress. The whole thing is not dragging our progress because as artists sometimes we want time to think about the things that we put out, but we don't drag, we don't procrastinate on that. So yeah, that's nice.
Nice.
I would say everyone works professionally, as in like they are really good at what they are doing, and also they don't procrastinate much. They really, if they want this, they really want this, so they worked hard for it, and for sure they're keeping up the pace as well, which is I really like working with them.
Okay. And is there anything you dislike about working with each other?
Ooh.
Ooh, who should go first? Y'all can go first.
Let's just go first. Come on, man.
There is like that's a trap.
Yeah, man.
We're walking
It's a
into
trap.
Okay, I mean
Damn.
it's nothing. It's not really anything serious, but like y'all know what is Malaysian time, right? So like for me, I'm always on time. Not always, but like most of the time, like 90%. Then
Are you on Filipino time? Because Malaysian time is bad. Filipino time is next level.
like
Oh.
like
Oh my god.
like for me it's either I'll be on time or I'll be like early is like 30 minutes early, like that. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I mean it's not really that any much of an issue, but yeah, I mean Malaysian time, so I gotta get used to it.
Oh my god, this is hard, this is very hard, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it's really
flip
hard.
the boy girl card. I'm working with two guys here, so sometimes as a girl, I get in my emotions, but it's all good, yeah.
I have no answers for this, to be honest.
Now, next
Explain, Steve.
I'll give it a pass.
next
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so we have spoken about your track, about your relationship with each other, your collaboration as well. It's time for us to play a little game with you just before we let you go. So it's called What's on Your Mind. We'll ask you 4 questions and you basically give us the first thing that comes on your mind. Yes? Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds
Cool.
fun.
All right, let's go. Question number 1.
All right, the first one is, what's the one thing you would like to tell a 16-year-old you?
Oh, damn. Can I say that?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
So go first.
Okay, I think I would say stop playing games. Like stop playing games a lot, because back then I used to play like a lot of games and I wasn't really focusing much in my studies. But I mean, yeah, I kind of like improved on that over the years. So yeah.
So it was 16 years old.
Hmm.
Okay. You know what? I really want to say I hope you study harder, but I think thinking back now, I would say you know what? Play harder, because either way you're gonna get where you're gonna go. So play harder.
Yeah.
For me, just get your stuff together, man. Yeah, I was pretty disorganized when I was 16. So yeah, just get your things together, man. Do better. Yeah.
All right.
16.
number
All I
2.
wanted to do when I was 16 was play basketball and talk to girls.
Yeah, exactly.
Girls.
Don't you still want to do
What a
that
mood.
now, Darren?
Oh, still, of course.
Oh,
Too young in
I'm
heart.
21 forever.
All right. Question
Love
number
that
2. What's
mindset.
the one thing you hope to inspire through community over competition?
Mm.
Zouk.
Oh, okay, me first. I feel like it's pretty important to have that consistency, because consistency is what we believe for an individual or a group to be productive, more productive, and grow efficiently. So yeah, that's how I see it, perceive it.
I would say transparency.
Mm.
Because we want to, you know what, we want to promote collaborations within local artists, right? To like stimulate the growth, maybe, I don't know, individually or like when you work with someone. But when you collaborate, transparency is extremely important. Which part of the progress I'm at right now? Can I give you the file this week? Can I give you next week? Something like that. You know? Yeah, I would say transparency.
Okay.
All right. To me, I value like the support, local support. So I really do hope like if our community gets bigger, the local community gets bigger, we attract more local artists as well, and more local people be confident in our work, and hence there'll be more local people in shows supporting us, streaming local artists. You know, I feel like that's what's really important for the Malaysian music scene. Yes.
Brilliant. All right. Next question.
All right, next question. Question number 3, right, Mac?
Mhm.
Okay, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
10 years. I think for me, I really want to pursue music more, especially after I graduate. So
Yeah.
seeing myself from 10 years from now, I would definitely see myself becoming more recognized, recognized in the scene. I mean, not just locally, but also internationally. So yeah.
Wow.
All right.
For me, I would love to continue make music 10 years later. Side or main, anything, I don't mind actually. So
As long as you still
Yeah.
are making music.
I hope I'm still in touch with the creative side. Yeah. In fact, I hope I am inspiring people to get in touch with their creative side 10 years later.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. For me, very simple. I just want a stable life, being in the music industry, owns a cafe, and there's a studio in the cafe. Yeah.
Oh, it's
yes.
a cafe and a studio and a cafe. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I have
That's
this
really
like,
cool.
idea in mind, you know, but hope it could be done in 10 years.
Yeah, you know what? You know, like these goals, like y'all need to remember today, because you know, I don't know if this has been asked of you guys before, but remember today, because all these things that you guys are saying, you know, it will happen if you make it happen. You see, I've always believed in creating opportunities for yourself. You know, like when you play basketball, when there are no opportunities, it's either you take the opportunity or you pass it to somebody else, right? You pass the ball to somebody else so that they can get the opportunity to score. So
Yeah.
for many, many years, I've always had this mindset of, if an opportunity comes your way, take it. If there are no opportunities, you create them.
You make it.
You
Yep.
see, yeah, and that's the principle that I've lived by for so many years. And if I had just like, maybe this will happen, I'll just let it happen, you know, it'll probably never happen. Yeah, so you know, it's cool,
Sure.
you know, that you guys are kind of like proclaiming it right now. You know, I hope that all these dreams will come true.
Manifesting.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. The final question is, what is the one legacy that you'd like to leave behind? I know you're still very young, but think about it, you know, like 50, 60 years from now, you know, when you look back, what's the one thing that you'd like people to say, hey, you know, I remember Zouk for this, or Kai did this, or Clary did that, you know, what's the
Whoa.
legacy you'd like to leave
Ooh.
behind?
I honestly just want to leave the legacy of like being an inspiration for everyone, especially like the younger generation, to like if you really want to get into music, like just get right into it. Like you don't have to have that self-doubt to push you backwards, but instead use it as a motivation to push you forward, and going on their way up.
All right.
I think what I like to leave is pretty similar to ZEAUK in a sense. I wish the legacy that I leave behind is to not give in to the norm. To not give in to the norm. I mean, it's like what Darren said just now. It's like don't let the stereotypes, like the social norms, get to you. Do what you want to do. I hope that's what I can inspire people. Yeah.
Nice.
That's where I want
And for
to
me, it's just to be young and free, young, wild, and free, no matter your age. Yeah, just do what you want and do what excites. Yeah.
Don't we all
nice,
want
nice,
that?
nice.
Very nice. That's true. I mean, like Clary, you mentioned like earlier, like doing, like breaking social norms and whatever. I told myself when I was 17 that I will never ever have short hair again in my life. And when I went off to uni, because it was a teaching course, right? All my lecturers went like, oh, Darren, you're supposed to be a teacher. You're supposed to set an example. You can't long hair. At that time, it wasn't even that long. It was like, maybe like up to my chin, maybe. And I said to my lecturer, I said, ma'am, you of all people should know that right now is the best time of our lives in university. And when we get out, we're not stupid. We're actually going to be educators and that we are all supposed to be, right?
Sure.
And after that was done, so I went for my training and I ended up teaching in Lim Kok Weng University for 6 years. So while I was in uni, I had long hair, I had tattoos, and I went to work in jeans. And my last day of work, I went to work in shorts. I mean, not that last day, but like the last few weeks towards my end. I just wanted to prove a point that you don't have to be what people think you should be. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I always believe in like breaking like stereotypes and mindsets. So yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Definitely.
To that.
So yeah, man. Anyway, it's not about me, but it's about you guys. Congratulations on this brand new track. It sounds killer. I like the way the entire song, like kind of like brings you on this vibe. It feels good. It's quite inspiring. It's one of those tracks that, like when you wake up in the morning, you want to listen to, and it gets you going. Like, probably a song that you're about to work out to. That's the song that you play. So very, very cool, guys.
Definitely.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Thumbs
Thank you so
up.
much.
So, as Darren said, congratulations and thank you so much for joining us this beautiful afternoon. So,
Thank you for
before
having
we
us.
let you go, any
Yeah,
last
thanks for
words
having
for our
us.
viewers and your fans who are probably watching today? So, anything else you'd like to tell them?
Okay, I'll start off. Stream Way Up. Share it, add it to your playlists, and if you guys ever share it on Instagram, just tag us and we'll definitely repost it. And thank you guys personally. And at the same time, our MV dropping this Sunday.
Yep. Stay tuned to that. Stream the song.
Stay tuned
Have
to
fun.
our MV, stream our song. Really tag us anything because we really want to interact with like the people online, the community online. So we
Yep.
look forward to whatever. Yeah.
Yep. Happy listening. Yeah. Have fun.
All right. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. You guys go on to make amazing music and I wish you all the best in all your future undertakings. Till then, you take care and keep in touch. Bye-bye, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
so much.
Thanks for having us.
All right. See you guys.
There you go.
Yep.
Three very young people on their way up. So, I think they're going to be doing a lot of great things. So let's hope that we hear from them in the future as well. So it'd be great.
That is true. I just wanted to ask the hard questions, like I feel that these questions weren't asked to me when I was starting out, and it took me a while to really like think about it and figure it out later on and make so many mistakes, But when you have the realization at an earlier stage, then you will, continue to have your focus on the right things, and rather than be derailed easily. So yeah,
But I
it
think
was
I think having to have that experience makes you who you are. Sometimes
true.
being prepared doesn't really help you to be in that
That's true.
situation and think of a solution on the fly. At that point,
Yeah.
what do you do? That kind of thing, and that kind of trains you up to face harder problems in the future as well, because you are who you are today, Darren, because of all the obstacles
Yeah.
that stood in your way. So I always feel that everything that comes through life builds you to be a better person. So you can either take that experience and make you something, or you can take an experience and just give up on life. So yeah,
Yeah.
totally your
That
decision at
is
the end of the day.
true.
Mm.
All right, guys. So thank you guys for tuning in. It's been a good time chatting with the three of them, and of course, their music is available now on all platforms. And speaking of which, I've also created a playlist called New Malaysian Releases, and they are all
On that
these
list.
tracks. They're all on in this playlist that I've created. All right. So if you want to check out new Malaysian music, this playlist called New Malaysian Releases is the playlist to follow on Spotify. All right. And to end the day, because today is Friday, we're gonna have a good time. It's the weekend already, and I am planning to get out. So let's play you two more tracks that y'all
On
should
pop-up
definitely
picks, yep.
check out. Yeah. For our pop-up picks this week, let's check it out. This is Jugi and Brendan Savan with their brand new one that also dropped today called Tell Me Things.
Yeah, yeah. You make me go through things I never said. But for your love and for your trust, I give you everything. Cause they don't know what if you go the way I never had. You tell me, call up at your phone, tell me things. Yeah, yeah, okay. I know we don't talk like we used to. Got to a bar that we never solved the issue. Say we're walking paths that were meant for us, but you don't ever see the truth for us, no. We try to go one by one. The next thing we know, we're at each other's throats, no. This ain't how it should be done. So tell me different ways I can solve this now, no. Yeah, girl, you're worth it. Who the hell cares what the other boys did? I'ma make sure I treat you right. Scrap the other boys trying to mess your vibe.
Very cool. It's a cool track. It's definitely
I can
something
like
that you
it.
can vibe to in the club. But
Absolutely.
yeah, I would want to see these guys live. For
Yeah.
me, y'all know me. I am, all for the live show. So if you sound great on the track, but you suck live, you know,
It's a
maybe
whole new
it's a
ball
whole
game
different
altogether.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this next one is also by, it's kind of like in their crew, like Brandon Savan, he's like created tracks with this artist named Danson. So this track is called Hold Me. Let's check it out.
What if you take some time, popping bottoms up to make them yeah. Oh yeah, my baby, hold me, lady. I wanna take you to my world. Hold it from the back, kiss you from the night till the sunrise. Show me, baby. I want you to show me all your love. Throw it back to me, tell me when you're ready. Let's get down to it. Let's get down to it. I'ma let you know there ain't no back down to it. 365, I can do it. Shoot me down a couple of times, I'm still in it. You're a bad, bad shawty. I just wanna smell like it's cleaning that pussy. Even if I get a grip, I still won't let you down. Even if it talks about some party, she won't change my heart. Hold me, lady. I wanna take you to my world.
Very cool track. I love the vibe, but the lyrics, some parts are cool. Like I just feel like, I just have to put it on record, you see. Like I feel you can always say a lot of things in
Without
many ways, but they don't always have to be demeaning to like either gender.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think, in 2021 you want to be more respectful of people. Yeah, so I feel like in hip hop and R&B, because of the nature of the style, sometimes I feel that people just gravitate towards that, a lot of profanity and stuff like that, and I just feel that it doesn't make sense, like, and you can't be saying those things to a girl, or
Correct.
and expect them to feel loved by you, so
Yeah.
yeah, so I always believe that, music, keep it clean. You can have like innuendos, but you don't have to use like certain words, like,
Derogatory words.
yeah, correct. Like there was an artist who wanted to send me his track, and the title of his track was like something along the lines of it's very, very sexual. Yeah. So like big black whatever, and like 8-inch, like there's stuff like that, and I'm like, the music's cool, but your lyrics is crap, so I'm not gonna play it. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, so yeah, if you guys are an artist, think about that. If that is something that you feel that you want to feature and that's your personality, by all means go ahead. But personally, a word of advice, I wouldn't. So yeah, and anyway, speaking of artists, if you want to get your music onto the show, popupstagemy@gmail.com is the email to send to. So yeah, that's what's up.
All right. So we've come to the end of the show already. Thank you so much for joining us on Pop Up Stage this Friday afternoon. We will be back next week, same time, same place. And Darren's already given you the email. If you've missed it, the scrollers say it too. Okay, it's popupstagemy@gmail.com. We're going to wish you a fantastic weekend ahead. And we're looking forward to more releases in the coming week. Till we see you again, you take care. Have a great weekend ahead. Bye-bye now.